How's it going, Oaks? Welcome back to the Fighting YouTube channel, and we are doing a quick turnaround here. UFC 317 has just ended like half an hour ago. It is currently 20 past 7 in the morning, and yeah, Oaks, it was a tough watch to say the least. Ilia Topuria flatlined our boy Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira in the first round. It was really a brutal knockout, Oaks. It was a tough one to watch, to be honest. I'm sure there's a lot of Oaks out there similar to myself and many of my mates and whatever who were really rooting for Du Bronx. But yeah, Oaks, I will not lie. I did bet on Ilia Topuria around 1 KO. I know it's a bit of a scum thing to do, bit of a sly dog thing, but it did obviously cash out for me. So I can't really complain when I'm making money, Oaks. But yeah, it was crazy. We'll chat about it now. So we might as well start from top of the card and we'll work our way down and talk about what is necessary. But yeah, so first round, so Topuria, Oliveira. Obviously Oliveira, he actually he looked quite dangerous when the fight went onto the ground, but yeah, when it was on stand up, Ilia was dominating the fight. And yeah, Oaks, it's really unfortunate that Du Bronx got knocked out like that. It was really just not lekker to see him like that. Never seen him that knocked out before. So yeah, tough watch. But Oaks, Topuria, he is just so good. I don't know who beats him at this stage. Paddy got into the cage, but like Paddy versus Ilia, I don't know who really wants to see that. But yeah, Oaks, Ilia is pretty flippin' dominant right now. I'm not sure who beats that Oak right now. His power is just ridiculously insane. So I guess we'll see. But before we move on, Oaks, we are so back because UFC 317 delivered with some quality fights, some quality finishes. We had submissions, we had knockouts, we had everything from RoboCop flatlining Jack Hermanson with a follow-up that was probably not so necessary. We had Terrence T-Rex McKinney with a sub in the first round. And then, yeah, many, many more. It was honestly a really good card. And I was saying it needed to deliver, and it truly did deliver some quality fights. And it was a great watch. I managed to watch the entire card, and I was not disappointed. Thoroughly enjoyed. But yeah, co-main event as well. Obviously, Pantoja against Kai Kara-France for the flyweight belt. And Pantoja delivered another quality Pantoja performance, and he got the win against Kai Kara-France. Submission in the third round via rear naked choke. Yeah, first round, Pantoja got it to the ground, and he was looking dangerous, but Kai Kara-France survived. Second round, it was kind of stand up. Kai Kara-France wasn't doing too bad. Went to the ground again. Pantoja was a bit more dominant, and then obviously in the third round, when it got to the ground again, Pantoja secured the sub. But Pantoja looked unreal all round. He was dominant throughout the fight, in the stand-up, in the wrestling, and all that. Quality performance from him. My flyweight goat, Oaks. I'm sorry. Whether that's controversial or not, I'm all respect to DJ. Pantoja is my flyweight goat. I just have nothing more to say than that. I think he's proven time and time again how dominant he is. He had a slip-up against Steve Erceg, but he bounced back in a strong, strong way here, Oaks. You can't deny that this guy is dangerous. But we'll see how he goes in his next matchup against, in the previous fight, Joshua Van against Brandon Royval. Van taking the unanimous decision win against Brandon Royval over the 3 rounds. Oaks, this was a banger fight. Fight of the year potential. Definitely fight of the night bonuses for both of them. It was an all-out brawl. 2 quality strikers going at each other. Royval was all fucking output, and Van was just picking his shots and piecing up Royval when he thought it was necessary. It was a fucking epic brawl, epic battle, Oaks. I honestly, one of my favorite fights of all time already. Like, it was that good. Joshua Van, I've been on this Oaks hype train for a little bit now, and I can thoroughly say I'm still firmly sat on that hype train. He is so good, he's so dangerous, and his title fight, because Dana promised him the title fight, it's obviously going to be against Pantoja. Holy shit, it's going to be fireworks, because Joshua Van although his wrestling didn't get tested here with Royval, I think he does have good like wrestling defense. But Pantoja's dangerous, man. He's dangerous. So Van will obviously want a quick turnaround. I'm not sure how Pantoja will feel about that. But either way, fireworks in the flyweight division are heading our way. Van is restoring. Well, not really restoring, but he's just bringing another. At least it's a new contender in flyweight, which is what we needed. And it's going to be a banger when he's against Pantoja. And it's not even like he's against Pantoja because there's no one else necessarily. He's actually deserved it, and I think he'll put up a great fight. So keen for whenever that happens. Van, fan favorite, love that oak. Then Beneil Dariush versus Moicano was absolutely disappointing. Oaks. Moicano dropped Dariush in the first round, and then the second round he got kind of just controlled the whole round. And then the third round, I thought he was going to come out and do some damage, but he looked so tired. His arms were gassed. His legs were gassed. Dariush was kicking them proper. And yeah, Moicano just could not string together any combos, any punches, anything. And he kind of just got out-wrestled again by Dariush. And he lost unanimous decision as well. Disappointing. I felt like he could have got a finish. Not in the first round when he dropped him because it wasn't enough time. But I thought in the second round he could come out swinging while Dariush was maybe a little bit still rocked. But he didn't. And yeah, disappointing there. I really thought Morny was going to bounce back with a big win. But it is what it is. Then moving on to what opened our main card. Wow, this was also a good fight. Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. Peyton Talbot bounced back in a huge way and proved so many doubters wrong. After his Barcelos loss, Oaks was saying fraud check, fraud check. Oaks throwing that term around way too loosely these days. Because Talbot came up against a well-rounded fighter like Felipe Lima, and he was just quality throughout. He stuffed the takedowns. He was good in the stand-up. I will say Lima landed some hard, heavy shots on the stand-up, but all-round Talbot was just better. His wrestling defense was so much better. His grappling defense was so much better. He clearly been working on it, and he showed that he's just always improving, and he's a great prospect right now in the bantamweight division. But Felipe Lima had a bit of a stupid fight IQ, Oaks. I'm not going to lie. Like, this Oak was landing heavy shots on Talbot, and then he would decide to shoot for the takedown. He obviously saw how Talbot lost, like being controlled, so he's like, okay, it'll be good to mix that in. But Talbot was stuffing takedowns, and then Lima was landing on the stand-up, but then would shoot takedowns that Talbot would stuff and then end up on top and stuff. So Lima was being a bit of an idiot, but you know, it is what it is. It was still a really fun fight, and I did back Talbot to come away with the win, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I cannot lie. So yeah, that wraps up our main card. In terms of my bets, I managed to lay down a couple successful ones, which is nice because I started off the day not doing too good, but we did manage to bring it back in that main card and pretty much make our money back. So the big ones was Topuria by first round KO. That was 3.25. Pantoja by submission, 2.5. And then I had a multi of Van and Royval to go the distance, Pantoja to win, Topuria to win. So those three pretty much made me majority of my money back. I will not lie. I managed some of the other ones. Oh, and then Joshua Van winning by decision. That was the other one which managed to get it back. And how is this? Like, I put 5 rand on Gregory Rodriguez to win by KO Tico just for fun, and then he did. So if I'd actually put a proper bet, that would have been quite nice. But you know, you can't cry over spilt milk. And then I had another parlay of Denise McKinney Rodriguez, Pantoja, and Topuria, but I cashed that out when my money had already doubled. So that was for 4.9 odds, but I cashed that out before my money already doubled so I could place more bets because I was trying to make my money back. And it ended up working for me. So not too bad there. I think I would have been just under my like even. So all around, sort of a successful betting day. At least I managed to get back in the even column, like a little bit in the profit. So that's always good. But yeah, some matchups to go from here. Ilia Topuria obviously squared up against Paddy Pimblett. You've got to think that's the next fight happening in the lightweight division. Oaks, I got to be honest, I don't really see any other possibility besides for Paddy getting sparked. Topuria showed he can defend takedowns and he can get up from takedowns against Oliveira, and then he sparked Oliveira. Paddy has kept his chin high. Yeah, he's getting better every fight, that type of thing, but I don't think he'll be able to get Topuria down and submit him. I think Topuria is going to knock him out, to be honest. And I'm not really a big fan of Topuria, but I am just a realist. Oaks, I just had to hop on here quick because I realized when I was going for next potential fights, Ilya versus Arman is going to be like surely the next fight. I was rushing through it so quickly that I completely forgot that, I don't know why. I just saw a post now. It was like Dana was saying that shouldn't have happened. Paddy shouldn't have got in the cage. And I was like, oh shit, bro. Arman's obviously next in line for the title shot. It has to be Arman Ilya. That'll be crazy because I think Arman's more dangerous than Paddy for Ilya for sure. But I still think Ilya can spark Arman. Like, we've literally seen Ilya can knock anyone out. So, I really don't know who beats Ilya, even if he does fight Arman. If that gets booked, can Arman get him down? Can he submit him? Can he control him? Can he eat a left hook? Will he not eat the left hook? Oaks, Ilya is just too powerful and too dangerous at this time. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, had to cut in here, Oaks, and just say that matchup's probably going to happen because I would have sounded like an idiot if I forgot about it. And then in the flyweight division, obviously it's been confirmed that Pantoja is going to fight Joshua Van for the flyweight strap. Oaks, big fan of Joshua Van. I'm on his hype train big time. Been on it for a little while. I think he's so good, and I think this is going to be an epic fight. I also really back Pantoja. In my opinion, he's the flyweight GOAT. That's very debatable, I know, but I don't know. I think he's so good, and he proved it tonight again. But him versus Van is going to be a banger, and I am excited to watch that one big time. And for Dariush, he said he'll fight anyone, so we'll see what happens there. Talbot said, I think Adrian Yanez, he called out, so that would be a fun fight. Gregory Rodriguez in the middleweight division, I don't know. I don't know if he called anyone out. Just give him someone. And then Delgado, also give him a good prospect. That'll be a fun fight. But Oaks, it was a fun card. I enjoyed it big time. I hope you guys managed to watch it and enjoy it. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that leckiness. And I'll check you in the next one.